Okay, welcome back. Yes, it is the Bad Decisions Club. It is Tuesday. It's an off Tuesday. But we're here. Yes, you are unmuted. Everyone should theoretically be able to see you or hear you, or both. Welcome, friends. I see a whole bunch of activity in chat already. I love that. Psychanthrope, Kistrel, Lionar. Who else? Of course, our wonderful players. And
are we unmuted? Okay.
Yeah, you're definitely unmuted. We're good on that. I have learned that lesson several times.
Not always.
That's fair. Welcome. Why don't we go ahead and start as we always do with some introductions? These wonderful, fine folks over here are going to go ahead and give me their name and their pronouns and who they're playing tonight. Let's go ahead and start with let's do a different order than usual. Let's start with Jen this time. Who are you and who are you playing?
I'm Jen Winterrose, and I am playing Kretha, my Goblin Ranger cleric.
Rogue.
Goblin Ranger cleric rogue. Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy.
Thank I know, right?
I
know.
We're eventually heading towards the absurd character from Puffin Forest, where he takes a level at least one in each of all of the classes.
Wait, talking about leveling up too, weren't we?
We will be leveling up by the end of this session. In fact, yes, assuming that you all survive.
So we were talking about that because we were trying to figure out what she would possibly do.
Level an artificer.
Collectible.
Oh my God!
As always, we're derailed before we even leave the station, but that's okay.
No, you have to think about it. It's multi-class.
That is not some jack of all trades, not jack of some trades, all trades.
Jeff, I want all trades.
Jeff, who are you and who's your character? Save me.
Background.
Yes, hello. I am Jeff Holland. Today I am playing Calder Creed, our resident sorcerer, and most definitely not a vector of terrible ideas. I don't know why I'm in this club. I don't belong here, really.
Weren't you the one who coined the phrase, the cold door of bad decisions? I don't remember. I'll have to look back at it again. But that's where BDC came from, right? It was like episode 3. It was like our 3rd session on Twitch.
I don't know what you're talking about, sir. That sounds like a totally other person.
It's been 84 years. M, who are you? Who are you playing tonight?
I'm M, and also a facsimile of just like blob person right now. I only have 2 blankets on me right now, and I'm trying to convince the cat to also lend his warmth. It's not working, but we're trying. My pronouns are the them. And I am playing Ghost, who's just happy to be here. We're doing a good time. It's all good. Can I hit it though?
The cat is in here with me, being chill with the door closed. If he has to get out, then he can get out. Gail, how's it going? Who are you? Who are you playing today?
Hi, I'm Gail, or Olivia, she, her. I am playing Echo, the Goblin Cleric Monk, he, him. I'm totally not arguing about what Disintegrate the spell does in chat. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm here to play and I'm paying attention.
And I, of course, am Rob or Professor Cunningham, depending on where you know me from, he, him, and I will be playing absolutely everybody else with sometimes the input from these wonderful folks. Let's go ahead and do our usual recap. Now, last session, we tried to do a recap of like the events of the entire full moon, which has lasted, I think, 5 sessions to date. But I think today we're just going to do a recap of what happened last time. I believe what happened last time was we started off with a plan to divvy up the party and go off to boost the morale of the sort of irregulars from Mirabar that have been supporting the Boulder Shoulder clan in defending their encampment. And then everyone else, which I think it was Ghost and Echo, went to the front gate where a bunch of hill giants were trying to batter the gate down through main force. Before that happened, though, Calder went ahead and used Seeming to not only make Ghost their best self, but also to make most of the folks either look like Barnabas or look like Sven, so that no matter where they went, the king was present. And while that was happening, Calder had a bit of a strange encounter with a rather high-ranking devil that offered him, as devils are wont to do, power and information in exchange for later favors. Initially, he refused. Then this devil let loose the idea that, oh, by the way, your mother is not only a devil, but is Glaisa, the daughter of Asmodeus. You are literally the grandchild of Satan. And that was fun. That ended up tipping him over into accepting the deal and getting an absolutely shiny, except the opposite of shiny,
point of order,
new
sir.
staff.
That wasn't what tempted him to take the deal. It was the prospect
I'm going to
of
give you your
more
chance.
information.
I'm going to give you your chance to tell me what I missed. That's part of our whole shtick here. And then I don't recall what order it was in. I don't really care. I remember that Echo, again, through sheer brute strength by drinking, I believe, a frost giant strength potion, managed to stone giant managed to force the gates closed and use an immovable rod to hold it together, while then jumping up as Barnabas. And between him and Ghost and everyone else, they managed to take out the hill giants and repel the invaders. And then over on the other side...
How fucking rude that I got second billing for that shit.
I was gonna say, Ghost is the one that actually killed.
You had second billing to a king.
Echo showed up.
No, I got second billing to Flipsy McGee over here.
Yes, Flippy McGee, the king.
No, Flipsy McGee, the king's weird boyfriend.
Yes, the king's weird boyfriend who was made to disguise as the king.
I shut the door.
But I watched that
Ghost drove off the giants.
Yes, that's fair. And also, Echo really just absolutely got his ass kicked, as is his habit these days. And then on the other side, Calder, disguised as Anton, managed to sort of gather together most of the folks who were fleeing, most of the folks who were deserting, and gave
only said entirely true and kind things.
Absolutely, yes, absolutely rallied the troops. While also making an admission of having a fairly small sexual organ.
I only said extremely true things.
And with that, you managed to, mostly through magic and through Kretha's deck of illusions and Calder's shiny new staff, anti-shiny new staff, his dark, shadowy new staff, managed to put some serious hurt on the enemy troops, and in particular, their morale. And I believe that's where we ended, but I also know for a fact that I missed a ton of things. So let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and start with Jeff this time around. I definitely left out some details. What's something I missed?
Acid. Just so much acid.
Not the fun kind. Well, fun for you, I guess.
Not the fun kind at all, but just disintegrating Orc Commander, Orc Cleric, and their pet troll, and then just from there, just making sure that every werewolf orc I saw had a much worse day than me.
Yeah, I recall you using your wall of acid as a circle pointed inward, which really sucked for a lot of people.
Well, they made the mistake of saying, you know what, this is beneath us. We'll let the chaff fly. Oh, so you're in one place, are you?
Ghost was in particular a badass last time, being the primary force of damage against the hill giants. So what's something?
Still getting second billing.
What is something that Ghost did that you want to remind the viewers of?
Oh, I was incredibly petty about being second billed.
Also forgot what an immovable rod was.
Correct.
Can I hit people with it? Technically, yes, but it's not big enough to really deal the kind of damage I'm looking for, so it's not that useful.
Look. You could put in a room an immovable rod inside of a person and then leave it there, and then they have a problem when they move.
You have fought a lot of dragons. Jamming one down the throat of a dragon could be
or in
very
the other
fun.
direction.
Moving very swiftly along.
Why would anyone ever want to get close to the mouth of a dragon?
Why would anybody ever do that? Speaking of which, Gale, that wasn't this last session, but what is something that I missed in my description?
Echo pulled out a shockingly good performance of being Barnabas. He was doing his voice, he was giving kingly orders. Like, I think it was like a 23 performance or something. Like, the people there believe Echo is Barnabas. It's great.
And speaking of excellent performances, let's go ahead and talk to Kreetha, who put an absolutely stellar, I think you rolled a grand total of 5 on your performance check to be Sven.
I am best wizard. I cast Muddy Step. Here we go. I also, look, I am Sven. I use a crossbow now. It's very effective.
And it's about time,
You cast
honestly.
crossbow, and it was worth it.
What is a dwarf that doesn't know how to use a crossbow? I think Sven is going to get a lot of feedback later. Like, it's about time you learned how to use a crossbow.
What with Echo and Ghost on the other side.
Calder has begun research on this mysterious Muddy Step spell.
It's a cantrip, yeah. So Jen, what is something I missed in my description that you'd like to remind our lovely viewers of, other than Muddy Step?
It's a cantrip over the mud. But really that's most of what I remember at this point. Is Muddy Step. And the fact that my fabulous rendition of Sven is enhanced so much by Calder's loving interpretation of his robe.
Right, we're thinking Mickey from
like a Saturday morning cartoon version of Merlin.
Yeah,
right?
pretty much.
Yeah.
If I had a cheap wizard costume, I'd be wearing it right now.
Even the equivalent of a 9-year-old mom's over enthusiastic costume for what is a wizard, but made it like 2 sizes too big.
It's Yesnid from Fantasia, except
100%,
that it's
yes.
on a small child.
Yeah.
Make a 15-year-old's costume of Yesnid, but put it on an 8-year-old.
And then
The face still looks like Sven.
And
He's a middle-aged dwarf.
I recall specifically Gail making art of this costume, and Jeff saying, "Yes, this is good, but make the hat bigger. Make it bigger."
Yes.
No, the hat needs to be
Yes.
droopier, floppier. It needs to be
Floppier,
to be big.
Okay.
Anyway.
Is there anything else anybody wants to mention before we move on to being in game? I think we pretty much covered everything. Awesome.
Nope, I believe I have 2 or no 1. Well, I thought I had more than that out of the
There is still a goblin illusion, and I believe a druid illusion who has been in like giant polar bear form out there in front of the there in front of the gates.
Yes. I was trying to because there was the Joker. Did that get put back wrong? Is that why?
Okay. With that,
What did
I'm
I
going to go
name
ahead and jump
that?
into game. We are going to start today by actually moving away from our player characters for a moment and talking a little bit more about what Anton and his crew are up to. So let's go ahead and get started.